Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Dicing with Death.
Hello. So, Leon, here you are
So,
in this
Leon,
podunk riverside town
I don't even know its
where
name. Like, you told me the name, maybe, maybe not. Leon's not remembered it.
I don't think so. Your tavern you're staying at is called the Sea Scum.
Yeah.
And up the hill, the Lord of the Manor, Lord
Lord
Winston, appears
Winthrop.
to be Winthrop. Sorry about that.
Yeah, so he's got a few guys, doesn't have any big badasses, and he's not a big badass himself, is the information Leon has put together. So Maldris is thinking, maybe I just pop the wall at night, go in, force my way through, and just rely on my superior muscle and spells to just, like, wreck face. I would rather not be caught, but stealth isn't my specialty. There's some way I could get in. Maybe I could, like, get arrested and then break my way. No, that's ridiculous. Maybe.
Chat was suggesting you turn yourself in for the reward money and break out of jail.
I really don't think that's gonna work. Maybe I could. How do I? So I can either try and stealth through everything in the manor. I can get access to it, so if I'm walking around, people aren't worried about me. Or I can create a diversion to get everybody out of the manor, so that way I can sneak in. There's no way within 2 days I'm going to be permitted to cruise around the manor unchecked. That's just not going to happen. If I did, their security would be the worst security in the entire world. That's not going to be the case. So maybe I can create some sort of distraction outside of the manor that will cause most of the manor folks to leave. Maybe I can, like, set a fire in town? Set the town on fire? So everyone will come down and try and put it out? Or maybe set some fields on fire? And maybe I should have been a pyromancer instead of a geomancer. Maybe I can break the dock. No, I need the dock. And I don't want to draw too much attention to the dock. Maybe I can chupacabra some cows. And when they're out looking at the cows. Or maybe I tell someone in the inn that the other person who got off the boat with me that couldn't pay their fare is Leon, and have them go, see if they try to arrest him, and if they, go get the local lord and his town guard to come down here and arrest him. If I can do that, that might give me a window to get in while everyone else is gone, or while a majority of people are gone. There's only one town guard. He does kind of fancy himself a bit of a fighter, so he might try and take on the fake Leon himself. But he can't take on the fake Leon himself if he's incapacitated. They'll have to go to the keep to pull soldiers from there. Okay. The plan is starting to formulate in Leon's mind.
Where are you doing your planning? Is this
On the
Sea
walk
Scum?
towards the Sea Scum, yeah.
Okay.
So maybe we do away with the local town guard, get him injured. Or I want to kill him if I don't have to. That draws too much attention. Maybe I can drown him. Leave him floating in the water by the dock. Looked like he fell in while he was drunk or something. Yeah. We could kill the town guard. Say that we saw this guy who called himself Leon on the ship. Say that we saw him kill the town guard. Let the innkeeper grab the guys from the manor. And then sneak our way into the manor while everyone else is coming down from it.
Chat says, let the murder hoboing begin.
It is so not murder hoboing. Chat is just single-minded, foolish.
So, what's the plan, Leon? Do you want to wait until dark?
Yeah. I still have all of tomorrow, too. So I'm going to have a few more drinks at the Sea Sludge.
Sea Scum.
Sea Scum. Yeah, I'm going to chip out a few more copper for...
Yeah. If you buy a few drinks, you can pass out in the
yeah, and I'll finish
common room.
my last day of food. Well, I don't have to buy food. Yeah, so I'll buy a few more drinks. I think I paid for 5 more drinks over the course of the day. And one of the last 2 that I get, I'll get like the last 2 together. I will walk out and offer to the guard at the dock.
I'm on duty.
I look around. It's real dangerous here. You know, you might need some liquid courage in case something happens.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and roll a charisma check?
Oh, God. Never gonna happen. None of these things will ever work.
Convince the town guard to
Drink on duty?
drink on duty.
God, 12. Come on, man.
You won't drink your beer.
I'll drink the
I'll
beer
take a rain check.
Sullenly.
You staying at the Pond Scum?
Yeah.
Or the Sea Scum? I'll take a rain
not
check
really,
on that beer.
actually. I don't have the money to do it. I'll probably just be sleeping outside. Under a tree.
Oh.
Unless you have laws against vagrancy.
Traveling men of God are always welcome.
Say, speaking of, the Lord doesn't happen to put up traveling men of God, does he? In his nice manor house?
Looks you up and down, thinks back you've failed charisma checks. I wouldn't count on it. Nope. But there's a real nice shade tree just out of town to the south. I can promise no harm will come of you if you need to take a nap down there.
Thanks.
You reckon the town guard is beginning to take pity on you? He thinks you're a drunken wandering monk of some sort.
This is not happening for Leon. Well, I will wait until night, but I'm not going to leave the town or go down to that tree. I'm gonna hang out nearby, someplace where I have a view of the docks. And if the guard stays at the docks, I'll have a view of him.
I mean, you shell out 5 copper. I think you spend the day sitting on the porch of the Sea Scum.
Perfect.
Spending the last of your copper on beers and looking out broodingly to the forest beyond.
Perfect.
The guard hangs around the docks the whole day. I mean, he mills about, he helps people boats. He takes a lunch break, but he seems to be posted up around the docks more or less throughout the day.
Okay. Well, when the sun falls and he
around about
heads somewhere else.
Around about sundown, he makes his way over to the Sea Scum, to the local watering hole, to probably get some dinner and some.
I've spent most of my day in here. How many exits does the common room have to the outside?
So there's a porch that's kind of more or less open air. Like you could jump over a small railing to escape via any.
But between the
three directions,
porch and the inner building, how many doors?
There's one door that goes inside of the building. There are a couple. There's big windows up front, and then maybe some side windows you could jump out of.
No,
and there's a back entrance to a kitchen.
No, but if if a patron's gonna be walking in and out, there's one way they would walk in or out. Mm-hmm. Perfect. Yeah. So once I see,
and there is a staircase to a couple rooms on the upper floor.
Sure. Once I see Johnny Law go into the sea scum, I will go. He
walks past. I think he doesn't notice you. You're probably sitting on the porch drinking. Mm-hmm. He might acknowledge you if he had noticed, but I think he just walks past, not really expecting to see you. And heads on in to the tavern.
I will go across the street, or up the street or something. So maybe just pace my way up and down the street or something. I want to find a spot where I can keep an eye on the door, away from the door, right? I want to be able to stalk my prey when he leaves.
Yeah, you can walk around the docks and keep it. So the sea scum is on the docks, right up against the docks.
Perfect.
On the river bank.
Sure.
So you can sort of wander around the docks and keep the sea scum in your view.
Sit down on something for a while, get up and shift to another spot, and just keep the sea scum and its front door in view, so that when Johnny Law leaves, I can make my move.
How long do you want to do this?
I will stay up all night. This is the first step of my plan, is incapacitate / kill Johnny Law and blame it on somebody else.
So I think you're gonna have to do like a charisma test to pass this off nonchalantly, or you can try and hide or something like that.
I'm gonna go for the
people
hide.
Are gonna see you. So you can do a dex check to try and conceal yourself.
Okay.
Or maybe perception. Do you use what do you use in your new thief rebuild? Do you use perception, as hide?
Yeah.
Yeah, to you're kind of looking at it from another point of view and where. Yeah.
Trying to use my spatial awareness to figure out where to go.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Do a perception check to see if you can find a good hiding spot and conceal yourself properly. Yeah. So you find I don't know where. Yeah. I don't know where you've. Yeah. I think you find a shrub or something to hide behind that conceals you from the people walking around the docks doing their business in the evening.
Sure.
But you're able to peer out intermittently and keep an eye on the door.
Excellent.
So when the sheriff leaves to head home, by now it's probably 9 or 10 at night. You got eyes on him.
All right. I will follow him home.
Yeah, probably not a sheriff. He's just the docks guard. All right. He heads down sort of the main thoroughfare, and you kind of pop out from your shrubbery and jog forward.
Yes, I will. I want to keep a good 100 feet between me and him, at least 100 feet.
Mm-hmm. All right, and you're able to sort of follow him down the main thoroughfare. There's no one in view at this moment, at this hour, and he takes a turn down the street that he lives on, presumably.
When he turns around the street, I'll pick up my pace to try and get to that corner as quickly as possible, while still keeping us, while not breaking into an all-out run, and then pause at the corner so he has some time to get ahead of me again.
He whistles to himself as he walks down the street. He's maybe 150 feet down the street from you.
Great.
Making his way.
I'll take off after him again, slowly, matching his pace as best as I can.
Okay. Make a dexterity check to see if you can move quietly.
Here it goes. Ooh.
No, you fail. You make a noise, and he hears it. What do you do that reveals your presence? Do you just slip up and kick a stone or?
Yeah, no, I think there's maybe like a boardwalk or something, maybe like a small bridge that crosses a little creek that runs through town, and I don't realize that it's like a creaky bridge. Like, just like a small, like 5-foot thing that crosses like a standing bit of water or a little,
Yeah, I can roll with that. I think, you didn't even, it's not like a bridge. There's like some boards laid out covering a small creek or stream that drains into the, so it's just like along the road, they had to put some wooden boards to like keep the road going over this small creek. And you don't realize it.
I just don't even see any.
The boards creak as you walk over the creek, and the dock guard sort of turns and sees you.
I just keep walking in his direction like it's...
He's about 100 feet away.
Like it's no big deal,
He initially starts walking, and then he like does a double take over his shoulder and connects that you're following him. How are you going to play that off? Like it's obvious that he has spotted you, and he's kind of... I mean, you're obviously being suspicious.
Well, I start thinking about...
Or maybe you can play it off. Maybe describe to me how you don't look suspicious, but...
Leon's got 5 charisma. I'm not even going to pretend that he's not looking suspicious.
Mm-hmm.
I will start muttering to myself the words to... I got to check my spells and see which ones have which components.
Mm-hmm. I think they're all without material, unless Taunt does.
Yeah, Chill Touch is somatic and verbal. Shocking Grasp.
In fact, I wonder if Leon is even aware that wizards use material components. Like you might have. I'm sure you've heard tales of wizards.
Taunt does need a material
biting
component.
heads off of bats. Okay, what does it require?
A slug, which is to be hurled at the creature to be taunted. Everything else is somatic and verbal. So I think I want to stop like 50 feet from the guard and cast... I want to knowingly leave the signs of magic on this guy's body. And so I'm thinking to myself, is that Chill Touch like hurt him and leave like frozen burns on him? Or would Shocking Grasp cause more like visible magical damage? And I think I'm gonna go with Shocking Grasp.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll just cast Shocking Grasp while I'm like 50 feet from him. Unless he interrupts me.
No, he won't interrupt you. Are you trying to be... Can you cast spells surreptitiously?
It's not going to be that surreptitious. I'm just hoping that people in the nearby
he's been
buildings
glancing over his shoulder, watching you catch up on him, and he glances while you're mumbling these arcane words, and maybe he recognizes you as the crazy drunk from before, who's the drunken monk from before.
Mm-hmm.
And so he sort of stops and turns at this as you cast the spell.
Perfect.
He says, "Oh, monk, what are you doing out this late?" And you, describe the spell cast.
I think he's saying that as I'm finishing up the strange movements of my hands back and forth, and as they finish up, maybe a little bit of light starts kind of flickering off of my right hand, and there's a static in the air, and my hairs at the back of my neck start to stand up. And as I drop my hand, maybe there's little bits of blue flashes coming from the inside of my sleeve.
Roll for initiative. Maybe some
battle music of sorts.
Yeah, I don't know how epic this is going to be. But... What? Who are you? He mutters under his breath, as I think he instinctively goes for his cudgel. He's not immediately threatening with it, but
That's perfect. So I ignore his words and take a rush at him with my sparkling Shocking Grasp hand. and I'm gonna make my make attacks.
4. Okay. He goes to interpose. Like you're charging him, or at least running at him.
Yes.
Okay. So he takes that and he uses his action or his attack.
Okay.
And he does. I mean, I don't think it's almost like he doesn't mean to hurt you. Like he's. I don't know. I mean, he's a little perplexed. I don't know. Are you some monk? Are you a god? I don't know, with lightning in your hand. He panics and he throws his club up between you, and you like run square into it in the forehead for 5 points of damage.
Ooh. It's okay. I got HP now. Finally.
Yeah. But you close the gap, and you are now level 3.
So I can
use
use
a
my
specialized
fighter
martial
skill.
artist. You don't provoke opportunity attacks, right?
Correct.
Not a D10. Roll a D20.
Oh, that was my initiative roll.
Okay, so you can make your attack now.
My attack is D20 plus 2 because it's not a fist of stone. It's a.
I think he instinctively apologizes for thwacking you in the head, but there's lightning and you hit. Roll for damage.
Hit him. So I'm doing D3 plus 2 plus D8 for the shocking grasp. Let me double check the shocking grasp.
Oh,
damage.
can you punch with the? Yeah, I'll allow you. Is that something I said I would let you do?
I
Use
think
these
we
fist
discussed that
attacks
before. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think you can use. So this is like a punch. So you get punching damage plus the shocking grasp,
Which is D8 plus 1 per level. So that's D8 plus 3. So plus D8 plus 3. So that's 9 points of damage on a low shocking grasp attack with a, 3rd level wizard and a pugilist fighter.
Yeah. You feel the powers of, I don't know, the storm coursing through your fist. Where do you punch him?
I want to hit him in a highly visible thing. So I'm hoping for face or neck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think you're charging. He catches you with a club to interpose it between you, try and stop you from running him down. You take the blow, but you come up with open hand to the throat. So it'd be delivering a maybe palm up to the throat. And he chokes. And in fact, the choke alone probably would have been enough to kill him. But you've unleashed the fury of the storm, and lightning splays out. And his body goes flying back a couple of feet and falls with a limp thud in the city streets.
Okay.
About now, drizzle starts to fall from storm clouds overhead, and you stand in the streets.
Grab his
body
by the back of the collar. Take his cudgel so he doesn't drop it behind him, and begin to drag him. Ooh, no. I don't want to be seen dragging a body down to the water. So I'm going to take him just back to that bridge that I creaked across and put him just face down in the stream.
Ooh. I don't think you even bothered to see if you were noticed.
I did not say I looked.
Yeah, but you are. So I think you go back to the stream. And are you shoving him under the boards, or
No. He can just go south of the boards, downhill of the boards.
Okay.
Just put his face.
Yeah, but you're dragging the body to the stream. You toss it in the stream, and you look up, and you see a group of people sort of walking down the main thoroughfare. And there's hushed whispers and points in your general direction, and you're very clearly witnessed tossing this lifeless corpse into the gutters.
That's not part of the plan. Leo Maldris now turns and bolts, heading towards the water as fast as possible. And I want to dart between buildings and move.
Okay, so the fastest way would be to go back to that thoroughfare where these witnesses are and head down that main street.
No, I'd like to go away from the witnesses then.
Yeah. So roll a. I don't know. If you want to work on direction sense, maybe you could roll that.
Sure, I'll make a direction sense proficiency check.
Yeah, typically you don't need to roll proficiency checks for direction sense.
That is int.
Direction wisdom +1.
Wisdom
minus 5.
So I'm just gonna make a wisdom willpower check and adjust from there. No, that's a 12.
No. I think you try to take an alley and it winds up being a dead end.
Oh.
And you turn back around and head back to the street. You look and the group has split. There are like 2 people coming to check on the guard's body, and the rest of the group is not on the street anymore. You can still so they're still maybe whatever 100 feet from you.
Yes.
50 feet from you. But you need to go back into the street and try another alley or something like that.
That's what I do.
You're eventually able to make your way to the docks.
Okay. I will make my way to the docks and then come up the main thoroughfare just a little bit to the sea scum. And then I'll take a look inside. Do I see the dock worker, or the ship, the sailor who had come off the ship with me?
Yeah, I think he's deep in his cups. Maybe even passed out at a table. There's a few people still in the tavern.
Leon's realizing that he should have set this up ahead of time. He should have gotten this guy away from, should have knocked this guy out, left him somewhere unconscious, then killed the guy to blame it on him. Now his timeline's all screwed up, but he's gonna do his best to walk in, put his arm around the unconscious guy, wake him up, and just start walking him out, hoping that he'll be just barely conscious enough to walk, but not conscious enough to ask where he's going or what he's doing.
He looks up and he looks to your face, maybe recognizing it, maybe rolling a charisma check.
Come on, buddy, we gotta get you home for the night.
You wanna roll a charisma check?
Oh, god damn.
I can't think of any better way to resolve
23!
these situations. Yeah, he goes with it.
Passes a charisma check.
He follows you out into the street. Oh, buddy, yeah, from the ship.
I don't
From the
acknowledge
ferry,
his
right?
response. Yeah.
Yeah, you the one that beat me at cards?
The one that bought you a
You
beer?
got all my money?
No, buddy. No.
No.
We'll head down
you
to
look
the
familiar.
water. When we get down to the water, I'm just gonna beat the shit out of him in the belly until he passes out again. I figure he's a drunk.
We could roll to resolve this, but he's drunk and you are a specialized martial artist, specialized pummeler or whatever, martial artist. So you don't have any trouble beating him unconscious up the docks.
So I'm just gonna. I just want one or two quick blows in the gut. I don't want to mess up his face.
Where do you do this? Do you pull him down and
down onto the dock where I'm hoping there's nobody right now? Is there anyone on the dock?
Yeah, I think you pummel him into unconsciousness against maybe a pole of the dock. Yeah. Again, realizing you didn't check for witnesses, and you do see there's people out and about.
Fuck.
Yeah, there's at least you don't know what's
I think maybe
a tavern somewhere else in town is closed for the night, or like a restaurant that closes early, and so there's maybe a dozen people making their way towards the sea scum in town. They're not super close; they're a couple 100 feet away, but they can clearly see someone mugging someone down by the docks or beating someone up. You're not sure that they'll immediately intervene, but yeah, you probably should have checked for witnesses earlier.
Well, okay, there it goes.
What are you doing with the unconscious body of this drunkard?
Just gonna leave him against a box or a rail somewhere just to sleep out the night. But my whole plan on framing this guy for the lawman's murder has fallen apart because Leon has not paid enough attention to the details of the heist.
This is a heist?
It was supposed to be...
Who's getting heisted?
This is the prequel to
taken?
the heist. This is the, get everybody to come down and take a look at what's happening prequel to the heist. but it didn't go. It didn't work.
Well, you've probably got a couple of seconds to sort out what you're going to do before these
Leave
people
the
have a
bo-
chance
just
to react.
Toss the body in the water. Fuck it, this guy needs to die too. He saw me. So just toss him off the dock into the water. Let him drown because he was unconscious. And run. So
Yeah,
the
which direction?
manor... Is the manor north of the lake? Because we came...
Of the lake.
we came
You
up
can
south.
You can have one other, make
sailed
one other
across.
direction sense proficiency.
Well, I meant... Oh, never mind. So what? North is not... I mean, is it... Do you have Lake Town Manor, or is it like Lake Town
there's no
Manor?
lake. There's a river, and the manor is away from the river.
Okay, the manor's
there's a
on the
forest
other
on the other
side
side
of
of
the
the-
town from the river.
Yeah, you can roll a direction sense if you'd like to orient yourself relative to the lake or to where you've been.
No, I wanted to know if I have to cut through the town to get to the manor, or if it's like...
Yes, you would. Or you could
Cool.
run along the riverside.
Yeah, so I want to like run along the riverside for a little ways and then go away from the river and then up around. So I want to circumvent the town and go towards the
Which
manor.
direction did you run?
Doesn't matter. Away from the people.
Yep.
Yeah, Leon
either
doesn't
way is
know
probably
these
away
things
from
well
the
enough
people.
to make a good decision. Just away from the people.
Okay. You pick a direction and run.
Mhm.
You pass, so the shore is actually, there's a small, like, I don't know, footpath maybe. It's been worn from people, like, I don't know, maybe fishermen walking along the shore from town this direction.
Mhm.
You pass a great willow tree. It seems like a wonderful spot to curl up and take a nap.
This must be what we're talking about.
And yeah, so what do you can follow this footpath out of town, and
I want to depart
some
the
point-
footpath very quickly and head for the manor.
okay.
And while looking over my
5
shoulder,
minutes out of town?
Sure,
10
5 minutes
out
is
of
good.
town.
5 minutes is good.
Okay.
While looking over
So
my
that's-
shoulder to see if I'm being followed.
Okay. So I think the Willow is about 5 minutes walk
Mhm.
out of town. You probably stop there, make the connection. Oh, this is what the guard was talking about.
Right,
It's
right.
a little like concealed, like the branches hang down, making a little like concealed, whatever. Good place for a hobo to curl up and sleep. And you figure it's probably been 5 minutes. It's as good a spot as any to
Mhm.
head north. And sure enough, there's probably like a slightly worn footpath or game trail heading out in another direction from the willow.
Mhm.
And you can sort of make your way through off road towards the manor. You're only
Alright.
5 minutes out of town, so
Well,
you're gonna like bumble through the edge of a field or two.
that's the plan, and then I'm hoping that someone comes to the manor to alert the people there and attract the attention of guards. So I want to like come to... I guess I really need a better idea of the terrain around the manor. Maybe this is something we can go into next time, because we're basically out of time here. But I want to get into a place where if the manor house is being alerted, I might be able to observe it and then observe the people leaving it and then go in, if that makes sense. That make...
Yes, I think you'll kind of So you can
So, like-
circle through the countryside and around to the manor. It'll probably take you the better part of half hour to like take the long way, because it was 25-minute walk from town to the manor.
Right. It was a
down
good
the
long
road.
way. So if generally
So in the
speaking,
country, maybe the better part of an hour, especially in the dark, bumbling through wheat fields.
right,
And
right.
whatnot.
If generally speaking, this is how it is. Like there's the dock, the circle's the town, the star is the manor, and I'm like swooping about. That's generally like, maybe I went the other way. Maybe I
you
to
you did go the other way.
and then I'll draw myself going the other way. Yeah. So if that's what I'm doing, I would want to find a spot like here, like close to the manor, so that close enough that I could see when people leave. I would expect them to maybe have lights to light their way. So if I could see people like heading on the trail between the manor and the village, that's when I would want to make my leap into action. So
And the manor is on the hill. On a
right,
hill.
and it's nighttime.
The wall
and
is not necessarily at the top of, or it's more or less at the bottom of the hill.
Okay, great. So hopefully out here in the countryside, I won't be spotted in the middle of the night.
No, unlikely.
Okay.
In yeah, I don't even think I'm going to need to bother. Like, you're not trying to like conceal your tracks behind you.
Yeah.
And I think in the darkness you can avoid the farmhouses, and you cut through a field or two. It takes, like I said, the better part of an hour to circle around town.
Mm-hmm.
You can make it. You can make your way till you got eyes on the manor. Are you trying to approach from the front, from that gate that you had spotted before?
No, I'm gonna try and hop a wall at some point. The only reason
Okay.
I would be approaching from the front, generally speaking, is that it's closer to me. But I'm
Okay.
specifically trying to avoid the gate.
Okay. So you can make your way around the town and get to the wall of the manor house.
Yep.
It's a stone wall. It's overhead, but not by much.
Mm-hmm.
It's a circular wall, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's mortar and stone. You might even be able to. Yeah, I think you could even reach the top of the wall.
Perfect.
So I'll say a successful strength check or climbing check can get you up and over it.
Okay. Let me just take a quick look at what climbing is dex, I think, right?
Climbing is just the D100.
Okay. I'm just going to make a strength check. That's cool with you. 31. That gets me up and over the wall.
You've got no trouble like chinning yourself to the top of the wall.
Mm-hmm. All right. And maybe this is a good spot to end. Just
I guess so.
Clearing the wall.
Not really sure where you're going with this. Hop the wall into the manor house.
Well, yeah, I guess
yard.
I wanted to wait until I saw people, and then I think we got talking about future plans and what I wanted to do in the future, and then we rolled a check that maybe we shouldn't have rolled yet.
That climbing check?
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't have rolled that, because I want to wait until I see people leaving the manor before I hop the wall.
You can't see the manor from the outside of the wall easily.
No, but it's nighttime, so if people are going from the manor to the village, I would expect them, since it's a long walk, to bring lights. So I'm waiting to see lights on the road, basically.
Okay, so you're on like the back side of the man, I guess. So you're gonna circle around the wall until you're in vision of the gate. I asked you that. I thought you'd said no.
Okay,
you didn't.
Maybe we're a little confused here. So you've got the village, and there's a road leading straight from the village to the manor, right?
More or less through farmland and whatnot.
Sure. So I am positioning myself. I'm trying to position myself between the village and the manor house, right? I'm trying to be like off to the side of the road, significantly hundreds of feet off the side of the road and hundreds of feet away from the manor.
So that strength check can stand. You have 15 strength. You're strong. If you are not being watched and you don't need to worry about it, you're strong enough that you can chin yourself onto the wall.
Mm-hmm.
But you want to like camp out in a field or something along that road and keep an eye for.
So Leon is expecting that people will immediately go to the manor house to report the town guard being murdered.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's expecting that they will immediately send out people after, to go investigate the situation. So he's waiting for that immediate response to break in tonight to loot everything, even though this is actually the night before he was supposed to do all this. I guess he just got nervous and antsy and just jumped the gun. So once we see people, if we see people leaving, that's when he wants to hop the wall. Does that work?
I don't think you can see you could wait in a field along the road between town and the manor. That's an option. I don't think you can be as close as you're imagining to the manor. You've got to be inside of the gate, right? If you're going to see the road from the manor house, you need to be basically at the front gate.
But it's a long road. It's like a 25-minute long road, right?
Yeah, so it's a mile or so. Farms in between. So you want to position yourself in sight of the gate and
just
the
in
road?
Sight of like this of a section of road, like in sight of this some section of this road. So when I see lights heading,
Yeah, do you want to be able to
town-
see the wall and the gate of the manor or not?
No, that's not important to me. Seeing
Okay,
the
so I
road
think,
is important to me.
Yeah, I think you like find yourself between rows of wheat,
Okay,
crouched with a view of the road.
perfect.
You can probably see the lights of the manor house on the hill, but the wall is not visible from here.
Okay.
We're probably trying to bring this in for a landing.
Yeah,
right?
if we can.
So I guess I don't know if we're going to get to a good stopping spot.
Probably
place better than this.
Okay.
So we can just pick up on Leon
Next time.
Next time. I think we'll get one in next week, but we'll have to...
think we can squeeze one in next week. Next week is like last week. Oh my god, this trip is coming up so fast. Okay.
Your move?
My move. It's so soon. I'm so excited.
Do you want to grab some experience now?
Let's roll it into next week. I'm not going to level, so let's just roll it all in together.
Yeah, for sure.
One big thing.
Okay. All right. Awkward stopping point, but sometimes it happens.
All right. Coolio.
You've got misclicks in half an hour.
Misclicks in half an hour.
If you're watching live, stay tuned. Well, or head over to misclicks, or he'll probably host.
I'll host it, but you should watch it there so you can participate in the chat better. Yeah, that's that. We're gonna do some interesting romantic and dramatic stuff in misclicks as we do all the time. A little soap opera that we play in. It's amazing.
No murder hoboing over there?
Very little combat. Mostly, oh my god, he said what? Oh, she was in bed with who? Oh my god. It's so good.
How do you incentivize that? Do they get experience for gossiping?
No, we don't do experience. We just say,
oh, that's right. You just
got like a voting.
Intermittently.
Do you level or do you not level?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe we should check it out. But that's it for Dicing with Death.
I've seen a few episodes of Devotion.
Okay, cool.
Seems pretty juicy.
It's
yeah.
And
perfect timing for the lag to set in. So we'll see you guys next week.
See you guys next week. Bye-bye, everybody.